We had previously identified the engineering economy symbols for examples 1.7 and 1.8, and now we will be solving them by using the Excel formulas. So let's start with example 1.7. This is what we had identified, and if we go back to our notes, you're gonna see that you have a series of Excel functions. We have P, we have I, we have N, and we are looking for F. If we're looking for the future value, you go to the list of formulas and you're gonna find which one will display the future value. So it'd be this one right here. So that means that if we want to find F, you're gonna be using the FV formula in Excel. So we go back to Excel and you're just gonna type in the equal sign FV, okay, and notice that it's going to tell you here that it returns the future value of an investment based on periodic constant payments and a constant interest rate. So it's going to give you the definition. When you open the parentheses, it's going to give you the smart tag. So you do not need to memorize the Excel formulas. If you're using Excel, it will tell you exactly what you need. So we start with the rate. Okay, so the way that you're going to enter the rate, it's 8 and then percent, just like that. Then notice that the next, it's a comma. Put a comma and it's gonna highlight the next parameter. N periods. How many periods do we have? We have 5. Then comma again. Payment. Okay, payment, and if you go back to the formulas in your notes, you're gonna see that it's an A. In this problem, we do not have an A. And remember, I mentioned that you do not need to have all 3 of the capital letters. So if you are missing, or your problem doesn't have one of the values that are in between the parameters, okay, kind of like the sandwich ones, you still need to leave it blank. So you may enter a space, but you need to add the comma. So you do not need to enter the space. You can do it without the space, but I prefer to have the space. And enter a comma so that it moves on to the next parameter. This one, we do have it, is a 10,000. If you do not put the comma and you put the next parameter right away, it's going to think that it's the payment. So that's why you need to leave the space, put a comma so that it jumps to the next one. For the present value, we have 10,000. The way you're going to enter it here is without using a comma to separate your thousands, because if you enter a comma, it's going to think that you're jumping into the next parameter, and we do not want that. So just put the 10,000 without any commas for the thousands. We're not going to be using the type 1, so you just close it here. That's what your formula will look like, and there you go. That's what the value of F will be after 5 years at 8% per year. Okay, you get a red number, okay, and that's because of the equivalence. So in this case, for example, 1.7, yes, they're borrowing money now. Okay, so that means that this is positive, remember, in the cash flow diagram, and they need to repay it at the end. Okay, so that's why the amount will be negative. It's always the opposite. So it'll be negative because now they have to pay it back. Okay. Now, for example, 1.8, we also identified these already in your example. And you have P, you have I, you have N, but we're looking for A. So if we go back to the formulas and we want to display A because that's our unknown, we're going to be using the PMT, or the payment Excel function. Okay, so if we go here, and you're going to type in equal sign PMT for payment, and it gives you the definition. Calculates a payment for a loan based on constant payments and a constant interest rate. You open the parentheses, and then again the smart tag will tell you what to enter. We have the rate 7%, number of periods for 10 years. Present value, we have P, we have 2,000. Remember, no commas for the thousands, so just the 2,000, no comma. And then the next one is the future value. Now in this case we do not have an f in the problem, but in this case, since it's the last parameter in the formula, we do not need to put the comma, because if we put the comma, it's going to jump into the next one, but we don't want that because we don't have it. So therefore you can just close it like that. So if it was like the previous example where you're missing one of the middle parameters, then you have to put the comma. But if you're missing the end parameter, then you do not need the comma, you just close the parentheses. And there you go, you have 284.76 per year. It also gives you a negative amount. This problem, yes, you're borrowing the $2,000 and then you have to repay this. If, let's say you wanted to do it from the other perspective, you're not borrowing money, you are investing the money, and you want to know how much you're going to be getting. In terms of the magnitude of the amount, it'll be the same. It'll be 284.76 positive, and your P would be negative. But if you want to do it in Excel, all you have to do is change the 2,000 to a negative, and that's how you would get your positive amount. Because it's the same amount, but now it's going to be positive. But let's change it back to the way it was. So now it's the negative one.